Good morning, D.C., Delaware. Good morning, America. It's indeed a blessing to come to you this morning. I know a place, and I will take you there. Yes, yes, and I want to talk a little bit about Women History Month. Women History Month. Their special theme for this month is women who advocate for equality, diversity, and inclusion. Women who advocate for diversity, for equality, diversity, and inclusion. That's the theme for this selected by them for this particular month. However, during Women History Month, we celebrate the courageous women who have helped our nation build a fairer, most just society. Throughout history, the vision and the achievement of powerful women have strengthened our nation and opened the doors of opportunity wider for all of us. And we have talked about some of the historical women and the women that have major impact this month, and women who have done miraculous things, who have played major roles in making things better for all of us, But today, I would like to talk about and salute the most powerful woman that I know, the most powerful woman that I know, and her name is Gertrude Jones, my mother. I want to salute, a special salute to my mother, because I know the miraculous things that she did and how she came up. And I want to talk about that a little bit. My mother was born in 1912, some may say 1910, 1912, in Camden, Mississippi. Camden, Mississippi. Her father was Harvey George, mother Ethel. And Harvey George, of course, was a minister. So I suppose that's influenced the place that I have come from as well. And not only that, her grandmother was Emma Clark, and Emma Clark, her grandfather, Elliot Clark. Emma Clark was the sister of Kezia Southern. The reason I'm emphasizing Kezia Southern, because Kezia Southern was this direct African descendant from Nigeria. Kezia Southern also owned much land in Camden, Mississippi. In the 1950s, he owned an oil well on his plantation there outside of Jackson, Mississippi, and Camden, Mississippi. My mother, of course, left home relatively early because her mother, Ethel, died early from Alzheimer's, which is the conditions that tend to run in my family. It's one of the only situations that tend to run in my family. She died early from Alzheimer's, so my mother left home relatively real young, and she came to Clarksdale, Mississippi, where she stayed with her family, and there they had a special kind of business going on, and she was involved in working with that family, doing a lot of cooking and whatever she was doing there. And at age 18, she moved to Helena, Arkansas. Camden, Mississippi is about 15, 20 miles from Helena, Arkansas. So she moved to Helena, Arkansas. And there she joined the New Light Baptist Church, where she became a member of the usher board that would later have major effect on her, effect that she had on the usher board later on in Cane Ridge. We say Cane Ridge, or Snow Lake, Cane Ridge. And we'll talk about that. That's where ultimately she ended up. However, at age 22, she was introduced to my father, by Aaron Hunter. Aaron Hunter was a good friend of my father. Aaron Hunter was he was a deacon at New Canaan Baptist Church in Cane Ridge, in Snow Lake, outside of Snow Lake, Cane Ridge. He was a deacon there, and my father were friends, and they were in Helen, and he introduced her. He said that he wanted to introduce her a spiritual-filled woman. At that time, she was about 22 years old, and she was working extensively as an usher to the extent that even at that young age, she was coordinating with the usher board at New Light Baptist Church. And it was there, of course, she was introduced, of course, to my father. I remember Aaron Hunter he always had a song that he tended to sing on Sunday mornings, and that song was "Tempted and Tried, We Often Made to Wonder Why We Should Be Thus All the Day Long." And down in the song a little later it says, "Father alone will understand it. We'll understand, Father alone will know all about it. Father alone will understand why. Cheer up, my brother. Live in the sunshine. We'll understand it all by and by." That's the song that he always lift up his voice and he sang. So it was there when they were introduced to my mother that later became husband to Joe Jones, which is my father. And it was there at that particular time, in around 1934, 5, when they were married. In 1937, my oldest brother was born. And this is one of the historical facts I want to introduce. She had taken my oldest brother while he was a baby back to her home there in Mississippi. And on her way back to Arkansas, she was riding the bus, and the only seat that she could have was in the front of the bus. So she had her baby, and she sat in 1938 in the front of the bus, and they insist on her getting up. And my mother was a very determined and strong person that we're going to talk about a little later. She refused to get up, and they were insisting, and because of her behavior and her forceful type disposition, they said that leave her alone, she is crazy. So I mentioned this, so Rosa Parks was not the first one who rode the front of the bus and refused to get up.
I remember you telling us that she's not the first.
So it was that experience that indicate the strength that she had that she was going to have to illustrate in years to come. After, of course, as you know, my father came from a family that owned extensively out of the 1700s, 1800s, and the things that they went through because of they owned that land and how they were ordered off the land and all that. And ultimately, because of the Civil War, they ended up staying on the land. He owned a lot of this land, and this land later on, my father also in the 1920s, went to Arkansas Baptist College. So he was a college graduate. In that community, the only person who was a college graduate. So he was there in that community where he owned a grocery store, did a lot of things, provided a lot of services to a lot of the people in that community. So, of course, my mother was his wife. And as they continued to work the land and farm the land, when I was 14 years old, my father died. He had been in the hospital for almost a year when they sent him home. When they saw that he was going to pass away for the last 2 weeks, he was at home with us. My father died, and it was there where my mother had to illustrate the strength that she had in taken over that major operation that was run by my father. And it was there that she demonstrated and emphasized to us the necessity of getting a great education. She always said that your father was an educated man, and every one of you are going to school. So it was 5 of us at the University of Arkansas, well, 4 of us at the University of Arkansas at one time, at the same time, and others was at other schools, my sisters in California, in places like that, because they went to stay with my oldest sister, and of course, like I did when I was in high school, I went to stay with one of my oldest sisters in Memphis, where I finished Mitchell High School. But the point is that she took over this operation, and there was those who was questioning whether or not she'd be able to do it, because you know, the surrounding area, of course, desired all of this land, and they were always saying that she would lose it before quick terms. But she not only did maintain the land, she bought other land, and she sent us to college, and she worked hard and demonstrated. And by the way, she always emphasized the amazing thing about it, as much knowledge and understanding and illustration and teaching she did us and helping us to understand. Amazing, she always said that the furthest she went in school was a 3rd grade education. So we let you know that that God gives people special skills. She was given a spiritual skill, and I remember her in her struggle early in the morning, every morning, 4 days. She prepared to get us up, and we working in the fields and hiring other people to work and doing all of this stuff. I would hear her say that the Lord is my shepherd, and I shall not want. And that's what kept her with that strength and that determination and that power. And what she did in educating us and sending us to school and laying the foundation and illustration as to the behavior that we should have. She taught us that God was love, and love, if you're going to have the power of God in you, you must have love. And she demonstrated this in the community, in the church, and we got involved in all kind of experiences as we worked through the community and throughout the county and throughout the state of Arkansas. The Lord demonstrate in her life the power that he can give a person even if they do not have a great education. And I wanted to salute my mother today and talk about the contribution she made. Of course, I had 2 brothers to go to Vietnam. I had brothers to work in school system in Chicago. I worked in the school system in Chicago. This is the impact out of this backwoods of Arkansas that she had on us as a people. That's why I refer to the impact that she has on my life and the principles that she placed in my life and fixed it so that I've been able to do what I have been able to do, not only here in Baltimore, but in Virginia and all of the other places I bought property and land and have many things in operation in other places. So what I'm saying is, it is all because of the foundation that Gertrude Jones placed in my heart. I have to give the God, even though I had a very strong father, an educated father, he died when I was 14, and it was the power in the illustration. My father died when I was 14, but my mother never allowed him to leave our mind. She always focused on what she was instructing us to do. It was because of the principles that our father had, and my father had an education, and you getting an education. It was always related to the guidance and the principles. She never allowed us to let our father be out of our spirit, out of our directions, and directing us, even though he was dead and gone. And when my father died, that last day that I was with him, he said, whenever you need me, I will be there. And that was illustrated in many aspects of my life and many experiences that I have, that I discovered the power that my father illustrated was present, because that's what gave me the understanding and the strength to do what I had to do. Even some precise instructions came directly from my father in some of those experiences where he said to me, go do this and you will achieve that. And I didn't, it was so miraculous. I was so surprised by his direct intervention, even years after he'd been dead and gone, that I always followed his instruction. And I did what he said that I should do. And of course, it was always worked in my favor. And that's simply following the principle of Romans 8:28. If those who love, everything work together for good. He takes everything, even things that you may appear to be a disaster or a failure, God makes it work for your good if you have that loving principle in your heart. Now, if you don't have that loving principle in your heart, the Bible also teaches us that you will reap what you sow. So if you are evil or having evil experiences and contributing evil, rest for sure, God is not mocked. What a man soweth, that he also shall reap. Now, I believe that. It doesn't make any difference how much power you may have at the present time, or what country you may live in, or what position you may have in that country. When you produce an evil and negative spirits, what a man sow, he shall also reap. And I think that revelation will be coming to us very soon, that as an illustration. Because sometimes when we have leaders who are doing crazy stuff and they emphasizing crazy behavior, what happened? The community takes on that behavior, and a lot of things start happening. A lot of behavior and incidents and problems occur based on the attitude of the leadership. And this is what it suggests that is happening in Israel right now. There are those who are criticizing the leader of Israel and feel that the leadership should change. And there are Israelites who are saying that the problem that is taking place there is because of the leadership that is in that country at this time. So what I'm saying is, make no mistake about it. If you do evil according to the word, and I believe the word, what a man soweth, that he also. So those are the principles and that I was guided by. And that's the strength that has been illustrated in my life. And that's the reasons I credit all of this to the foundation, the place. I know a place, and that's what I take you. That's what I'm talking about. That country, powerful place that was demonstrated home ownership, self-employment, working for yourself, based on principles of love and care and supporting others. If you love yourself, you can't love somebody else if you don't love yourself. That's what Jesus said. He said, love thy neighbor as thyself. He said, what is the greatest commandment? Love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, soul, mind, and strength. And the second is the same as the first. Love your neighbor. The way you love the Lord is by loving your neighbor as you love yourself. You can't love God, love the Lord, and you don't love yourself, and you don't love your neighbor. Because the way you illustrate that you love God is by loving yourself, and if you love yourself, you will love your neighbor. That means Jesus said if you love yourself and you love your neighbor, even those that do harm to you, you'll be good to them. He said, love those that hate you and do good to those that despitefully use you. That's because of the loving power that you have. Because if you do that, what will happen is that you will develop success regardless of how much of defeat it may appear to be. Because everything, even those when they try to defeat you, even those when disaster, what they do to you and disaster come up on you, that disaster going to work for your favor. Even when they have been declared that you have lost, that lost state become beneficial to you. That's what we do not understand. You cannot be defeated if you have the love of God in you, because If you have love, God is love. If you have love in you, then you got God in you. Can anything be too hard for God? That's the question that was raised from the very beginning of the birth of Christ. Is there anything too hard for God? Is there anything? Can anything defeat God? And if you have God in you, then you can't be defeated. Even in the moments of being defeated, it works in your favor. So I wanted to say that to you. I just wanted to salute my mother today on this Women's History Month, because I sincerely believe as we reveal there are a lot of things that I didn't, in details that I didn't go through, all the people that she encouraged, motivated, strategies that she designed in the community. A lot of the strategies that are designed, like the development of the SQUARE program that we have here, that's working and helping so many children and so many families, that was a direct originated from the principles that my mother established in New Canaan Baptist Church, where I grew up. And because everything she emphasized, everything that happened in our community, it happened in the church. Everything. We had the sports activities on the church grounds. We had all the activities we had was on the church ground, all the function, all the children activities, and that's the way it is happening right here at Concord at this moment. I think as we come to the close of this first part, it's time to make a change, but we want to continue to talk about this Women's History Month, and I know my co-host got a lot to say because she is a woman, and she has her own business. She's become the illustration. You know, we're talking about people that we are dealing with right now, my life and her life and the thing that she has done. We're going to talk about her business, and we're going to talk about my business, and we're going to let you know that
you talking about your business. This is Women's History Month. We talking about your business today too.
Yeah, but my business directly related to my mother.
Oh, that's right. Okay,
yeah.
that makes sense.
My
okay,
mother
all right,
developed.
I got it.
My mother, she's dead and gone. Matter of fact,
yes.
My mother died in my business.
Oh yeah, you
I
did
brought
tell me
her
that.
here.
You brought her here, yep, to the assisted living facility.
Virtually at 90 years old. She was there 5 years before she was 90. And
wow.
she died.
What a blessing.
In my business. And she would tell me stuff, even though she had Alzheimer's. She would tell me stuff what to look out for.
She would?
Yeah,
That's
she
cool.
was. And it was amazing. She said, I can't say all of the things she said, but she said to about one of my person who were manager at that time, she said, you know, she lie.
Oh my God.
I assumed that she didn't know what she was talking about, but it proved out to be pretty sound.
Hey, I can whatever your mother did, I can follow.
Time to make a change. Let the song come.
Oh, are they coming? Are we good? I'm not even sure. Out. Oh, he did? Yeah. Okay, good. We got a new engineer, so I was just making sure our new engineer was ready to go. Yay.
make some special announcements here to you because we do have Good Friday services. Good Friday services coming up starts at 12 o'clock, March the 29th. Good Friday services starts at 12 o'clock at Concord Baptist Church, 5204 Liberty Heights. We encourage you to come at 12 o'clock. We have great pastors and preachers coming, preaching on this special day. I won't name all of the preachers, but there are many that are coming, 7 coming to preach for us. We want you to be here 12 o'clock, and at 2 o'clock, we figure we'll be out by 2:30. There's going to be a special fish fry. So we want you to come prepared to eat some good fish. It's going to be fixed for you following the services, some fish fry. Want to make that announcement. Be aware, this is Good Friday services. At here come Concord will be at 12 o'clock. Start at 12 o'clock on the 29th, and the fish fry will be that afternoon, also following the morning services. Also, I want to announce this coming Sunday, which is Palm Sunday, tomorrow, we have 3:30 going to be a special food services provided here at the church, 3:30 tomorrow. Then at 5:30, there will be a play. Those who are watching us on YouTube and Facebook, you see all this decoration behind us here at the church. All this is designed for the play that are going to be presented at 5:30 on tomorrow afternoon. 5:30, a play called The Upper Room. The Upper Room. And they got all this decoration around us here. We're going to try to get in here for morning service.
That's what I was getting ready to ask. I was getting ready to say, how is the whole feng shui going to happen for morning service?
Well, we'll make some adjustments here. But anyway, this is what you see. Those who are watching on television and other places, what you see is designed for the play tomorrow afternoon. Food services will be given first. You're going to feed the people who at 3:30, and at 5:30 the play will start. We encourage you to come because it's in the upper room, and it's going to be a fantastic presentation. You know how that is.
Okay. So good. So we have some good things happening, right? And so Dr. Jones, you guys know before we went to break, he's like, "Oh, Jamie, Jamie Chris, I like to use my full little radio name." But so you said I was going to talk about like myself and my business because it's Women's History Month. But just as an FYI, I want people to stay locked in because we do have a special guest coming. Erica Johnson is going to be here. Like, she should be here super soon. She goes by the name of Miss Erica J. Everybody knows her in the Baltimore vicinity. And so she's going to come and talk to us about her partnership with H3 Management. It's a Baltimore Easter celebration. It's a insane, I call it a lituation. So it's an insane/lituation gospel concert happening here in Baltimore on March the 31st. And so she's going to come on and tell us a little bit about it. And so before she comes on, it is Women's History Month. And Dr. Jones, salute to your mom and, just all the good things, because I can tell she instilled some really good things in you, because the things that I'm able to gravitate and pull from you, of course, are like from your mom, right? Yeah. You can tell a good woman raised you, right?
And the play that's going to be taking place at 3:30.
Tomorrow? What about it?
I mean, 5:30.
5:30,
That's the direct from my mother as well, my oldest daughter. She right here now. Where is she?
Yeah, of
Ramona
course. Ramona.
So she's a woman that done this play.
Yeah.
But
hello.
she is her development is director from Gertrude Jones.
Yes.
Yes,
she
right.
gave me a interest in history and understanding where your family come from and who your family is.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Okay.
And tell about the play.
The play is called In the Upper Room, and it is the last conversations that Jesus is having with his disciples.
Nice.
And it's a lot of music in it, some dancing. We hope you guys have a good time, and it's free.
Okay.
All right.
It's free. I love that we're free, and you guys are serving food at 3:30. I know that's right. So is the 3:30 is the fish fry? Was it certain dinners? Does it cost a certain amount?
This is Good Friday
that's
service.
Good Friday fish fry. Okay, so that's the fish fry. But tomorrow you just having dinner for everyone. Whoever shows up.
Dinner's it's
3:30.
3:30.
Okay, perfect.
Tomorrow.
I love it. And so right before Erica J, hits the platform with us, I'm super excited. Just because Dr. Jones, he pretty much just put me on the spot, guys. But I just want to talk about, come on, Erica, that's perfect. Yeah. So she's coming in the whole fold. And so it is Women's History Month. And I typically don't talk about myself, but you talked about your mom. So I want to give my mom a shout out first of all. Shout out to my mom, who is, I believe, the greatest mom on this planet. Just for me anyway. Like, God gave me the right mom. And so she's been all the things. She has not lived as long as your mom has lived, but she's still living.
But
and
she
she's
worked
70.
effectively with me when I was state president.
Yes, she did.
Worked
So
extensively.
my
I know
mom, yeah.
kind of person she is and the commitment and the services she provided in this state and in this community and in this nation nationally as well.
Absolutely. And so because it's Women's History Month, I wouldn't be the woman that I am today without my mom. And Dr. Jones said, of course, I'm not going to talk about my businesses. I really don't like to talk about myself. It's so funny. I attended this, shout out to Nikedra and Nakia Drummond, and I'm sorry, and shout out to both of them, Nikedra Robinson and Nakia Drummond. They had this amazing, it was like a brunch slash lunch. No, it was actually a luncheon. It was a leadership luncheon, and it was divine. It was actually this past week. It was at the Baltimore Center stage, and it was just a room full of powerful and amazing women. It's so funny because when it was they did an icebreaker in the beginning, and everybody introduced themselves, and so when people were going around, it was my turn, and I was like, okay, I'm here representing the secretary and the governor, and so I didn't really per se talk about myself. And then when it came back around full circle, I mentioned that I had a business, but I was like, oh my God, like I didn't do the spill. Everybody was getting up like, oh, I'm this, I'm that, and I have this business, and it was amazing. It was great to see a room full of Black women, multicultural business owners. I mean, you're talking about philanthropists. I mean, they were all the things, investors and people who worked for big corporations who give the money to small businesses and all the things. And so it was just a great networking opportunity. But when I left there, I was like, oh my God, I really I saw myself short a little bit, and I was like, oh, I didn't mention I'm a radio host. I'm a personality outside of working, being the
Well, let me help you a little bit, because you also work for the city, work with the mayor.
I worked with the mayor. Yes, I was the youth and community engagement manager for Mayor Scott.
Then you're working for the governor in the government. So, and not only that, you have your own business.
I do.
And not only that, you have some previous experiences in broadcasting.
Tons of things in broadcasting.
Yeah, so you have a history here.
Like I said, all the things. I mean, I've worked at the BET. I've worked
that you're afraid to talk about.
No, not really afraid.
I'm just kidding. I
don't want people to be like, oh my God, like she's all self-absorbed. But those are things. But forget this. Forget about me. Like, we're going to talk about Erica J, who's here today, because she is a phenomenal woman. Anyway, outside of what she's here to talk about, this concert, she is a phenomenal woman. She does all the things. I mean, I've learned. First of all, she's pointing at me, right? You guys, if you're watching this live on YouTube or on her live, you would see. But in real life, like, I have learned so many things from this woman. She has brought me to the table several times, brought me, just not because she wanted to do a favor for me, but because she knew I earned a seat at the table. Like, I deserved a seat at the table, so she brought me to the table that she was at, and we just have continued to build this relationship over several years. I mean, she's a philanthropist. She has owned magazines. She's done all the shows. She's done tons of concerts. I mean, she's done all the things. I mean, she's known in the church world, so to speak, from Baltimore, the whole DMV area, and she's also known outside of that because she does so many things in the community, so many events. I mean, whether it's at Shake and Bake, like she'll go straight to the hood, like
the hood where they do you good.
Where they do you good, and exactly, because when I was with the mayor, like I had lots of events at Shake and Bake, like the skating events, and those are just just some key moments where I was in a position to connect with the community, and I know you do that all the time, and so welcome.
So she needs to also be involved with the minority women that are coming here.
Absolutely.
We have the National Minority Women have their organization, going to be the National Organization for Minority Women. The head of the Minority Women will be coming out of California. She's going to be here on the 18th of May.
Okay.
18th of May, they're going to have a major presentation, and all those women who got involved in doing things and working with the organization and have started their own businesses and she's going to give honorary doctorate degrees.
Awesome.
And all right now they have about 20 people coming out of Atlanta, something like that, who are receiving degrees, doctorate degrees, and coming from different places. They all going to be here for that major celebration. So I know you will
Count
be.
me in.
Look, you got to be
Count
careful
me
with
in.
Dr. Jones.
Look,
'cause
he
when
just
he's
got
live,
a.
right next
Did
to
he
me,
not just get
he
a?
will spend the
We
airtime
just got
last week.
voluntold.
Voluntold. I love the way you put it. Voluntold. That is exactly what just happened, like right in front of my eyes.
We just
It's
got
crossed straight across me.
voluntold.
But welcome, Erica. Thank you for coming back on. You've been on the show before. We
Oh,
were at the
man.
station the last time. Now you get to come to our
Oh
den
yeah,
at the
I'm
church, the
loving
feng
it
shui.
here.
And
I was just
so-
here
so
not
we-
that long ago
You
for
were?
Our Power.
Oh, nice. Our power.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I missed that.
So
and that's
I
how you
am
just crossed
familiar
paths.
with Concord. My mom has been here and
Okay, nice.
preached before. So this is like a home.
Okay.
So I
This
feel
is
welcome.
everybody's home.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Everybody's home. I
And
love
Jamie
it.
All
has
denominations.
always-
I emphasize that we no longer can afford to separate just because we're in a different religion, different denomination, different stuff. We must come together. We must come together. All of us, all denominations that had anything to do with African heritage, we must come together.
Yep,
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
And I love the things. So first of all, thank you for coming on
I'm
again.
honored, yes.
We're honored to have you. You are all the things that that exemplify a woman in leadership and empower and who's involved in their community. Like, you're all the things. Like, this is what's the theme for Women's History Month, Dr. Jones? It's celebrating women who are a part of equity, inclusion, and that's the theme for this month.
And
that's who you are,
diversity.
and diversity, and that's who you've always been, actually, not just the theme for this month, but you've always
Equality.
been that. And I just appreciate you for just doing the work and always putting the work in and always bringing others along with you. You're not a selfish person. Whoever you can think of, whoever's a part of your crew, whoever you're connected to, whoever you meet, you bring everybody along with you, and that is a big deal. And so right now, I want you to, first of all, I'll redact, because I'll keep going on and on about all the things you've done and all the great things that I know
Oh,
you're going to
man.
continue to do. But you have something like a feng shui. You have something that's getting ready to be I called it a lituation before you got here. I was like, this is going to be like a whole thing here. So what's happening? What do you have coming up on March 31st? Because it's a big deal.
Well, Baltimore has always been known as the concert city on Easter Sunday.
Yeah.
Easter Sunday night in Baltimore has always been major. And I have just been, after, as everybody knows, after losing my mom, I had to take a bit of a hiatus because for obvious reasons, but
Yeah.
I did realize that getting back into things that I needed to bring that back.
Yeah.
Because it was something that not just Baltimore looked forward to, but surrounding areas. People came from New York, New Jersey, Philly, DC, Delaware, everywhere to celebrate Easter in Baltimore. And so for the last few years, I have been doing it again, and this year's no different. We kicked it off with Bishop Hezekiah Walker and the Choir Fest 2 years ago.
Okay.
And then last year
That
we
was
did,
you,
we did the throwback down at First Ave with me and my cousin Eric Waddell. And this year we're going to another level.
Okay, yes, this was
And
the whole thing.
on Easter Sunday night, all roads lead to Antioch in Randallstown,
Yes.
where there
Great
will
location.
be none other than Ricky Dillard and New G in full concert.
Woo! That's a situation.
But
I'm
we're not
talking
gonna
about,
stop
guys.
there.
Okay, we're not gonna stop there.
We're
Okay.
gonna go up 95 North
okay
to New York.
Okay, take us
with
there.
James Hall Worship and Praise will also be
You're
in the
killing
building.
me. You're killing us right now.
And we're
You're
not
just killing me.
stopping there. We're going to come back down 95 a little bit to New Jersey. And if you like quartet music, there's a new age quartet, if you will.
A new
Bree
age quartet, okay.
Holly. It's an all-female young quartet group. And they are killing. If you ever remember, Bree went viral maybe about 2 years ago. And where she was marching through the church and
You know
on
what?
the pews and all. Yes.
I
Well,
knew that name, but I didn't. Now I've connected with that.
that is
That's-
who it is. And they will be in Baltimore on Easter Sunday night as well.
You are on fire right now.
And
You're too hot. I can't even sit next to you.
My
right now.
cousin, none other than the Eric Waddell and the Abundant Life Singers will be in the
Eric
building as well.
Waddell, that guy, yes. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And shout out to this young man who has been in music and choir music. I think it's his 20-year celebration,
Nice.
which is actually tonight. Kevin Terry and Predestined will be in the building.
So wait a minute. This is insane. And this is all happening on Easter night.
Easter Sunday night in Baltimore and New Antioch and Randallstown.
And what time does it start? Because this is going to be...
Doors open at 5:30.
Okay.
The concert starts at 6:30.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so give people a chance to kind of come in, migrate.
Hear
a
that,
little network.
everybody? We got to be in Randallstown.
Oh,
Randallstown
yeah.
and
And if
Sunday
you
night.
don't have your tickets yet, you better get your tickets. VIP is almost completely sold
I
out.
believe that, yes,
And
yes.
I cannot extend it.
Well, you're talking about
So-
get tickets. How can people get their tickets? That's the question. How can they get them?
A Baltimore Easter. I wish I could. I'll pin it on this, and if you're on my page watching, it's a Baltimore Easter .ticketlocity.com.
Okay, so we're going to pin it as well because we're live on YouTube right now
Okay.
and live on Facebook. So this
Oh,
is happening
perfect,
now. So
perfect,
we'll do all the pinning as well. Yeah, good.
And you can also purchase tickets at Antioch and Randallstown on Sunday.
See, that's what I wanted to hear. Okay, good.
Yes.
So the Sunday that not tomorrow, but the Sunday that
No,
is happening.
tomorrow
Tomorrow.
and next Sunday.
Oh,
If you
okay.
get to go to Antioch and Randallstown, you can purchase tickets at their bookstore at the church
Oh, that's
on
amazing.
this coming Sunday as well as the Sunday.
And we encourage them, don't wait till next Sunday
But
because
I ain't
you
even
may
want to
be,
tell y'all that because Baltimore got a late spirit.
Yeah, we do.
Gotta buy tickets.
do it
late
now
spirit.
because
buy
you may
tickets
not have
20 minutes
space.
before the show
And
starts.
stress people out.
Don't
I
they
will
do?
never forget.
Yeah.
Easter, it wasn't even an Easter. It was a concert where our boy Hezekiah Walker, and the tickets were slow. And then the day of, the fire marshal ended up getting called.
Oh my God, Erica, get out of here!
Because in a true Baltimore fashion, y'all are terrible.
Please don't do Miss Erica J like that.
But
this
the
Sunday
secular
coming up.
world don't even do that. But we gonna do better.
Yeah, we
we
gonna
gonna
do
do better. Because them Usher tickets, them Beyonce tickets, they sold in hours, in
Yeah, they did.
minutes. Yeah.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
gotta have that same. We need to keep that same
Call 'em out.
energy for gospel music.
I
No,
agree.
seriously.
We gotta call people out,
Seriously.
call our community out because we have to, like you said, we have to do better. So okay, again, give me the rundown one more time. Give me the rundown.
Ricky Dillard,
Ricky Dillard,
James Hall Worship and Praise,
James Hall Worship and Praise,
Bree Holly and Faithful,
Bree Holly and Faithful,
Eric Waddell and Abundant Life Singers,
Eric Waddell and Abundant Life Singers.
Kevin Terry and Predestined.
I thought you was gonna stop. Kevin Terry and Predestined. That's right. That's right. Okay.
Oh, and then we have the Kojic guy. Everybody knows this guy. Mike Hunt will be doing praise and worship. It's about to be.
Oh, so you're gonna have praise and worship before 6:30. So if I come into the building early, I'm gonna get what I
Oh,
need.
yeah.
You're gonna
Oh,
get my
yeah.
spirit
Oh,
right.
yeah.
You're gonna
Oh,
so it's
yeah,
not
yeah,
like
yeah,
people just
yeah.
sitting around
We
networking.
gotta-
so they're just
yeah,
okay, you got a whole line. Of
absolutely,
course you do. I mean, why would you
absolutely,
not? And so who's
absolutely.
hosting this even? Do you have a host or do you have somebody hosting
So
the
Eric
concert?
will be hosting along with Kari. They'll
Okay.
be doing. Shout out to my partner on this, Pastor Kari Hawkins from
Nice.
God's Way Ministries, who is also one of the singers with Ricky Dillard New G.
Nice. Okay.
So, y'all, it's going to be a good night. It's going to be a big night. God's going to get the glory.
Yes, he
we
is.
going to church it. We going to do it. Y'all know
We
y'all
gonna
going to put
church
on
it,
y'all
y'all.
Easter outfits.
You know what though? It's so funny because I was thinking like, okay, as an adult, and when I mean, even being in Christianity my whole life, of course, you want to go out on Easter with your friends, you want to do a little partying, but it's like now that you're a seasoned adult into the Word, it's like. I'm getting this bad suit. I'm going to look nice on Easter. Like I'm just going to church, go eat with my family, but I need somewhere else to go to keep this
Because
look
that's the
rocking.
thing.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why I said after you done went to church Sunday morning, you done ate with your family, you done sat back, had a little dessert. It's like, okay, now what's next?
What's
Come
next?
to the
Yeah.
concert.
Yes. And so you could stay dressed, because that's me. Like, whatever
yeah.
I'm wearing on that Sunday, I want to keep it on all day, because I'm going to be right there in the building. And so today, do we still have, because I know this past week, the church, we've had different hours, so I can't say if people called this week for the set of tickets, but do we still have a pair of tickets
Yes,
left?
I am doing giveaways.
Yes.
Jamie.
Yes.
Yes, and I bought the tickets with me.
Okay, good. So you have 2 tickets. So right now, listen, guys, okay, this is what I can tell you. We have 2 tickets to this concert here. They're going to be at Concord Baptist Church. You're going to have to either come. So first of all, if you come to the church tomorrow, or whoever's listening, and they claim them, and they say they heard this this promotion on 106.1 Praise FM. You got to say that you listen to the show. This is, I know a place, I want to take you there. You have to come to the church and tell us, and then Dr. Jones will get those tickets to you. And if not, then this week you have to, if you can't make it tomorrow, call the church. Miss Roxanne will be here, 9 a.m. on Monday morning?
Yes.
9 a.m. Monday morning. You can call us at 410-367-1117, 410-367-1117. Miss Roxanne will have those tickets for you, or you can just, stop past church, 5204 Liberty Heights Avenue. We're broadcasting live from Concord Baptist Church. Thank you, Erica J.
Oh,
Erica
yes.
J.
And we're
what
gonna
else you have?
give out a pair next Sunday too.
Oh,
right?
okay. Oh,
Okay.
okay. We're gonna
Yeah.
give a set
So
this Sunday,
you have
next
2
Sunday.
chances to win.
Nice. Okay.
A pair of tickets to the concert. You have this Sunday, which is Palm Sunday, and next Sunday. But you have to tune in to the show in order to get the tickets.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay?
And you gotta
That
say
is
Miss
the-
Erica J.
Yes, and
Gotta
you
say
have to
Miss
say.
Erica J.
She
Gotta say that.
said, you
I
gotta
said that.
say.
You have to.
Miss
That's the only way you
Erica
get the
J.
tickets. Like, we got to make sure people know who's behind this whole thing. And so, okay, so good. So we have everything. So March 31st is the concert. The concert doors open at 5:30. Concert starts at 6:30. And people are listening, so they want to know, like, and for me, the prices were like, I mean, like you said, the prices that I
Everybody
paid
said,
for.
why is it so
I cannot
inexpensive?
believe the price of the tickets. Miss Erica J, are you, like, I feel like somebody did something, like, did something happen? Like, how did you get the tickets to be so
I
inexpensive?
wanted to make it affordable in the sense
I
that
appreciate that, yeah.
everybody could, because VIP tickets are $35 and general admission is $25.
That is
You
insane.
can't beat that with the bat.
And this is Easter Sunday.
And this
Easter
is Easter Sunday.
Y'all know y'all gonna eat $50 just on a
Listen,
meal.
with
alone.
the knowledge that artists, keep in mind, artists get to add top dollar to their pricing
Yeah.
on holidays.
Yeah, they do.
Everybody knows that. That's across the
Yep,
board
yep.
in the industry. So, God has just favored us. God is amazing. We want to sell this thing out. We want to have an amazing time on Easter
Yes.
Sunday night in the true Baltimore fashion because, again, I don't care where you go. Any other time, Easter Sunday night, Baltimore is the place you want to be.
That's it.
Hands down. And that has been the steeple on Easter Sunday since I was a teenager.
Yeah, for
Since
sure.
I was young.
Agreed. Yeah.
And I was doing them since I was young.
Yeah, you
So, it's going to be a good time. And I do want to challenge my Baltimore community to come out and enjoy some good gospel music.
And this event has a name though, because I love the
a
name.
Baltimore Easter.
A Baltimore Easter. Like,
Yes.
guys, don't play around. A Baltimore Easter. So tell people again how they can follow you, how they can connect with you, and just kind of keep up with all your events moving forward anyway, because you do things all the time. I mean, from good social happy hours, networking, Christian events, singles, meet other singles. I mean, all the things, the skating, the shaking, bake. I
All
mean, you
the
have all these things
things.
happening.
All the
So
things.
how can people connect with you, and how can they find you on social?
So I am at Miss Erica J. That's MissErickaJ on Instagram. And I do have a fan page on Facebook, which is the same, Miss Erica J. Then there's my main page on
I love that you have a
Facebook,
fan
which you
page.
guys.
I love it. Fan page. Okay, I'm gonna join. Okay.
Jamie, it's crazy. And then I am Erica Johnson also on Facebook. I am at Miss Erica J on TikTok, on Twitter. So it's at Miss Erica J with the C and a K because my parents couldn't figure it out, so they gave me both.
That's what's up. I love it. So that's how you can find Miss Erica J. But I do want you guys to stay connected with her. I want you guys to support this concert, this event on Easter Sunday. It's going to be everything. And then I know some people are off on Monday, so you have no excuse because it's Easter
had to
Monday.
take off on
You know what I mean? Like, most people take off and they do things. But anyway, let's be clear. On Easter evening, people do what they want. They don't care. I don't care what they got going on Monday. So you'll have to be at this concert. Tickets are super affordable. Like, we spend more on gas than the tickets, okay? So, like, we can make this happen. We can support
Especially
our
in
people and our community. Thank you, Erica, for coming on.
Women having that Monday
What?
special.
Oh, the Easter Monday. Yeah, shout out to the Women's Auxiliary. We'll talk about that next week. We'll give them a shout out because they are having their Easter Monday luncheon. You know, they have it every
Easter
year.
Monday.
They
That's
never
what I
gonna live
wanna
that thing
mention.
down. Them ladies want to
Easter
put their
Mon-
hats on and
where
their
will they
suits
be
and their
this year?
shoes. I don't know if
I
they're
think-
at, they're at March West of the Forum. Where are they at? Do you know?
It used to be right here at
The
up the
Forum?
street.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
the
the Forum.
Forum.
Okay, yeah, the Forum. Okay, good. So, you don't have your ticket?
I don't know. I'm not responsible for tickets.
Yeah, okay.
My
Yeah,
staff.
yeah, your staff do. I'm sorry. Yeah, you got assistants and staff. I gotta, remember
sure
who
that
I'm
they
talking
got-
to. They
I'm
have
sure
a ticket for you.
They have many tickets
Oh,
that
good.
they are
I'll get one from them
making
then. Good.
sure. Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. Miss Erica J, thank you again. Thank you for this, just stopping through, and thank you for just doing something for Baltimore and bringing these amazing artists to town. Like at New Antioch and in Randallstown, it's the perfect location. You're going to have all the space, but I know you're going to sell out. And I know Baltimore's going to support you.
You do not have to worry about parking. That's one thing that I do love about Antioch. Anywhere you go for an event, parking is so important.
Yeah, parking is
And
everything.
so
Thank you.
we definitely
No
want
parking,
to,
no nothing, but thank you guys again for listening. Miss Erica J, again, you're listening to 106.1 Praise FM. Shout out to Kathy Hughes
I
for
know
just
a
being who
place.
she is. It's Women's History Month. We salute you, Miss Hughes. And Dr. Jones, what you gonna say?
I know a place.
Okay. And I'll take you there.
And I'll take
I
you
love it. Thank you. Okay.
I know a place. Ain't nobody crying. Ain't nobody worried. Ain't no smiling faces. No, no, fly to the races. Help me. Come on, come on.
Small businesses like mine keep this country moving forward. But every day, it feels like watching